Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the War Train here, and in today's video, I can't wait to show you guys my newest game and pickups. Now, it's been a little while since I did a pickups video, because to be honest, after the holidays and next-gen consoles releasing, after picking up a PS5, Xbox Series X, accessories, games, I mean, I had to give my wallet, a little time to cool off, to be honest. So, that's what I did, but since then, it was time to get back out there, especially since I watched my buddy Pac-Man Case. He does a video on his channel where he goes out to the thrift store for 7 days straight, and man, by the end of the week, he completely cleaned up. And that just reminded me, get your ass to the thrift store. But if you haven't seen this video, go check it out. It's awesome. But if you guys are new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, think about subscribing, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, please give it a thumbs up. But with that said, guys, let's check out these pickups. So the first thing I want to show you guys is all the thrift store pickups that I got. Now, everything you're going to see here is from about 5 different trips from like the last 2 weeks. And I always go in the same path. When I hit the store, I go right to the games, then I hit up the cables and stuff, and then I walk by the toys to DVDs, Blu-rays and that, and as I'm leaving, I hit up the books and magazine area, always looking to see if I can find some strategy guides and stuff. And it's hit or miss. A lot of times I don't see anything, but occasionally I do, and they're not always something I want to get, but occasionally you find something I want to pick up. So the first one is a book I've actually looked at other places before and thought about getting, and when I seen it for a cheap price, I had to get it, and that is Beat the Game. Now this is like cheats and tips, strategy guide basically for a ton of different games. Shows you how to do a bunch of different stuff, from games like Shovel Knight to Street Fighter, even Lego games and stuff. So really cool. I had to pick this up, especially like I said for a cheap price. So really happy to add that to my gaming book collection and to my strategy guide collection. I had to grab this as soon as I seen it. I know it was coming home with me because I know that these are not cheap, and that is The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds Collector's Edition. Now, these books you can get individually, but they also come in sets. And I've actually looked at complete sets of these before. They actually come in a big treasure chest, which is really cool, but like I said, they are not cheap. Even a used one of these books I've seen online for like $85. So I was pretty shocked to see this in there. And the inside of this book is absolutely just in mint condition. So that was really awesome to see. The only thing is, the thrift store, they write the prices on all their items with a damn grease pen. It drives me crazy. It's hard to get off. And unfortunately, they wrote on the back corner of the book, and it would not come off. I tried everything. And I had to wash the book, and the only way to get it off was to basically, kind of damage the back of the book a little bit in the corner. I'm sure you could see that. It's basically like if it got wet and you just kind of rub some of the outer layer of the paper off. Not the end of the world, but still, it just sucks. I don't know why they do that. Just put a sticker or something on the outside, whatever. But writing on a book is just a dumb idea, to be honest. But a really cool, excellent find. Glad to add this to my collection. Now, as far as games, so I found a Nintendo 64 cart that I had to pick it up, a wrestling game, and that is WCW NWO Revenge. I do really like these old school wrestling games, and this one is in excellent condition. This cartridge, the sticker looks great. It looks great on the back, so this was definitely a nice find. And I was actually shocked to see a GameCube game. I don't normally see them too often. I think I've maybe found them 2 times before. So I got Need for Speed Underground, and this is a complete copy. So that was a nice find. And I got a PS3 game, and this is NASCAR 2011, the game. And this one is also a complete copy. And you know, that's something I'm definitely keeping an eye out, you know, for, is like PS3 games, Wii U games, something I always look for. But you know, some of these more modern consoles that are getting harder to find these, you know, games in the store and stuff, especially something like PS3 and the Wii U, where these games are pretty much locked to those consoles. So I'm always, you know, willing to kind of snag one of these games up, especially if it's something I'm interested in. I like racing games, so that was a no-brainer. So I also got a PS2 game, and that is Tak and the Guardians of Gross. And I believe this, yeah, is a complete copy as well. So that was a nice find. And I got some Xbox 360 games. Now these are actually for the Kinect, and this is, you know, something I think the Kinect somewhat underrated. I think a lot of people pass this stuff up, but you know, sort of unique. I definitely, you know, something fun to play every once in a while. And you know, like I said, I think a lot of people pass these games up, and you know, they're not bad to have. So I had to pick up these guys. First one, Game Party in Motion. So happy to add that to the collection. And this one is actually just the disc, unfortunately. And the next two are actually sealed, so I was definitely picking them up. First one is Wipeout in the Zone. So that was a really nice find. And the last Kinect game that I got is Sonic Free Riders. Definitely a good day when you find any sealed Sonic games at the thrift store. Definitely a nice find there. So I actually forgot to add a stack of games in the video, so I edited this in after the fact. But yeah, I got a bunch of Wii games, guys, from the thrift store. So this was an awesome find. The first one that I got was Guitar Hero, the Aerosmith version. And these Guitar Hero games are really going up in price. I, you know, have been noticing that lately. And as you can see, as far as I know, this is a complete copy, unless there was, you know, more paperwork to this. But at least, you know, there is the game case and manual. If it isn't fully complete, because I know some of these had like extra stuff with them. And I also got Disney Pixar's Cars Race-A-Rama. You know, these are always fun little games, these cars racing games and stuff. And this one, unfortunately, is just the disc and the case. But those are the most important parts. The next one that I got is Tony Hawk Ride. And this is the one that actually came with this good goofy board. I don't think it's sold too well, but regardless, I picked this up. I thought it was pretty cool. I do like the Tony Hawk games. The board didn't come with it. I would have picked it up if I'd seen it, but it wasn't there. And this is a complete copy, so that's pretty awesome. And these next two games are from one of my favorite franchises, so I was so happy to see these there. I grabbed them immediately. And the first one is Resident Evil 4, the Wii U edition. And this is a complete copy. So really cool to add this to the collection. Like, I didn't have this. I have the GameCube version, so it was cool to, you know, have this on the Wii. And the one that I was most excited for when I seen it was Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. Now, I only had the Umbrella Chronicles, so this was one that I was actually currently seeking out. So I was happy to find this and be able to add this to the collection. And this is a complete copy, so that made me really happy. So what a find on that. So really cool. And the last one that I got here that I missed in the video is one that was actually in the GameCube. I actually, when I had them, you know, show me the GameCube, I opened it up and there was a disc in it and immediately closed it so they didn't see it, because this is a game that I was actually looking for as well. And this is in a dummy case right now, but this is Pac-Man World 2. So like you can see, it's just a disc in a dummy case. I put the dummy case, put it in there. but I actually have the case and manual on the way right now, so this will be a complete copy that I do add to my GameCube collection. And this did soften the blow of the GameCube a bit, you know, so I was pretty happy about that, because this game, you know, I think loose goes for like $13, $15, something like that. So what an awesome find. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this in the video because it somehow got missed. Alright, so those were the games. Now I got a few consoles from the thrift store, and yeah, these are all in just excellent condition. I was actually blown away. So the first one I got here is a Nintendo Wii. I've been finding a ton of Wiis at the thrift store, and you know, I didn't have a Wii up, you know, an original Wii up until recently. I mean, I used to have one when they first came out and stuff, but you know, at some point I got rid of it, and you know, I was using my Wii U to play Wii games and stuff, but you know, it's just, I wanted to have a Wii console. I was actually looking for one, and then I just started finding them at the thrift store. So especially when I get them for an awesome price, I have to pick them up. So I found a Wii. The only thing it was missing was the sensor bar, so not a big deal at all. So I got that. I have all the cables and stuff for it, otherwise in excellent condition. Definitely a nice find. The next one I got is a PS2 Fat. This was something that I was looking for. I passed up on one a couple months back. It had 2 controllers. It was in pretty decent condition. You know, and honestly, it was really cheap, and I was looking for the system really for the controllers. And to have a PS2 Fat, because I have a Slim, I don't have a Fat model. So ever since then I regretted it, because I did go back like an hour, or I think it was an hour or 2 later, and it was gone, and I wasn't surprised. But I found another one, and I'm pretty glad I actually waited, because this one is in amazing condition. I couldn't believe just how, you know, good this actually was. There's barely any scuffs or scrapes on it. It's just awesome. I mean, it was dusty. I cleaned it up, and I'm just, it's cool to see this, you know, that it was taken care of so well. So I got this guy, and it also came with just 2 excellent condition controllers. And these were things that I wanted to add to the collection, because I didn't have a lot of you know, PS2 controllers. I believe I only had one, so I needed to get more, and yeah, I was holding out just to try to find them, you know, like I did at the thrift store, and I'm glad I waited, because man, these things are in remarkable condition. Because these things aren't cheap. If you go online, these things are like $20, $25, $30 a piece. So definitely a nice find, especially to get them with the console. So I was pretty happy with that. And the last console that I got from the thrift store was a Nintendo GameCube, the black model. I love the GameCube, and you know, these things are just skyrocketing in price. The games, the consoles. I want to say the prices of the consoles have basically doubled in the last year. It's absolutely crazy, but I had to pick this up. This thing is in pretty good condition. You know, the memory card slots are a little bit yellowed, but that's probably the biggest issue with this. Otherwise, the console is clean. You know, barely any scuffs on it, or little scratches. You know, you almost always get little teeny scratches on here just from people having them over the years. But other than that, man, this thing is in really nice condition. And I was really happy because it came with a minty GameCube controller. This thing is in absolutely excellent condition. I was blown away when I just seen, you know, how well taken care of this was, or probably not used barely at all. I mean, just the joysticks freaking feel new. This thing is absolutely in nice condition, and happy to add this to my GameCube collection. So those were my thrift store pickups. I'm pretty happy with the stuff that I actually got, you know, and for the prices that I got them. You know, that sometimes if you keep going, eventually you'll find some good stuff at a thrift store. I know not every time is a win, Sometimes you get nothing, but sometimes, man, you get lucky and just find some awesome stuff. So, you know, thanks Pac-Man Case for putting out that video and reminding me to get my ass out there. So, pretty cool. So now, for the other stuff that I have picked up recently, let's see. So, show you some of the kind of random stuff that I did wind up getting here. Now, you know, when this actually came out, I did pick up one on launch day, but I always intended on getting 2 of these. At the time, I just didn't have the extra money to pick up a second one. So now that it's been a little bit, it was time, and I picked up another Nintendo Game & Watch. You know, if most of you guys I think are familiar or had picked up one of these, but if you're not, these were released, you know, part of this 35th Mario anniversary or whatever. And really cool that they did a re-release or an initial release of these, but a re-release of the Game & Watch series, because they haven't made one of these in quite a while. So pretty cool to see one. And I also picked up this. And this was actually a Best Buy exclusive, this Mario collectible coin set. Really cool. And this is just made to be displayed. I mean, even as you can see on the back here, this has one of these little things where you can kind of stand it up to display, you know, your Mario pin set. I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to pick this up because this stuff's all going to be just a limited time only. So, you know, really cool to add some, you know, 35th anniversary stuff to my collection. So I also made a trip to my local bookstore. I went there with my son, and he, one of these books caught his eye. I even missed it, but they only had one of these, so I had to grab this, and this is Super Mario Adventures. And this basically is, you know, a bunch of the comics that were in the Nintendo Power magazines from through the years. I guess they're all like the Mario ones compiled into just one book. I thought this was absolutely awesome, and I had to add this to my collection. You know, really nice find that I was glad that he actually seen this, and cool that I was able to get one, you know, before they were out of them. So really cool. And I also was surprised to see this because, you know, this I remember when this came out, and it's been a while, especially now this game's been out since 2017. And, you know, I haven't seen one of these actually in stores since they first released. And that is the Zelda Breath of the Wild Expanded Edition guide. This actually, you know, has all the DLC stuff added to it. I actually have the original one that came out on launch day. I wish I would have got the collector's edition that came with the hard cover. I got the soft cover one. You know, which still is the same book, but I still wish I would have got that collector's one. But it's nice to have this one because this is basically the collector's version of the expanded one. So really cool to have this in the collection. Obviously, this thing is sealed and probably going to stay sealed. So nice find. I know, like at this point, to find one for retail was awesome. Because these things, if you look online, they're basically double the price. So really cool. So I winded up grabbing this used game from my local GameStop, and I seen the price was jumping up on this, so I wanted to pick this up before I regretted it. And that is The Legend of Spyro Dawn of the Dragon. You know, like I said, these prices are going up on some of these games. Kind of not surprised with a Spyro game. And this one was in great condition. Obviously, as you can see, it is a complete copy. So, you know, I wanted to snatch this up before, like I said, I regretted it, because it's getting hard now to even find a PS3 or a 360 game in a GameStop. They've almost completely wiped them out at this point. And I got a bunch of Switch games. I picked up this game after I watched my buddy Steve from Steve Craig Retro Games. I watched one of his pickup videos, seen he got this game, and I had to add it to my collection. This is actually a GameStop exclusive, and it is 1971, the Project Helios. So really cool. I actually got this on GameStop's website for $9.99. because I know he got it, I think, for $7.99, which was awesome find, by the way. Online, these things are going from anywhere from $25 up to $50 a piece, so definitely a good find. Thanks for showing that, Steve, or I might have missed out on that one. And I picked up some limited run games, a couple of them from my local Best Buy. I got Blaster Master Zero for the Switch. Definitely a nice find. I only had a digital version of this on my Switch, so cool to have a physical copy of such an awesome game. And I, was really happy to find this, because this was a game I actually forgot about that I was interested in. And this is Ion Fury. Now, this is basically a original Doom style. It's got that like 90s style of, first-person shooter. So I thought this was really cool and had to grab this immediately. This was the only copy I seen there, so I was really happy to find it. Because I could see this actually being one that's, becomes hard to find. And another game that can be somewhat hard to find. I know you can get these at Best Buy, but they don't always have them in stock, or they have one and not the other. And they are the Ori games. So I got Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps. One of these I did get at GameStop. They were actually having a sale on them, so that was really cool. And the other one I got at Best Buy, because to find these both in the same store is really not easy to do, because these are such popular games and they are great games. I actually been playing Ori and the Will of the Wisps on my Xbox Series X, and man, this game is awesome. So I highly recommend these games. But yeah, really cool to have these on Switch. Really glad that Microsoft put them on there. And I seen one of these games sealed at Best Buy, had to pick it up for the 3DS, and that is Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Figured I'd pick one up while I could still find it. I mean, these are getting harder to find now anywhere. They pretty much either clearance stuff out or just stop selling them. So what you're finding now is probably the rest of their stock. So I had to grab Majora's Mask 3D while I still could. And I also picked up a PS5 game when it went on sale, and that is Immortals Phoenix Rising. This is a really cool game. I have put a good amount of time into it already, probably about 15 hours. And I could see the comparisons to Breath of the Wild. This game definitely has some tricky platforming and stuff, and challenging in some spots, but definitely a really cool game. It looks great. And the last two games I got, one was actually a limited run game. I bought 6 months, a year ago, I forget how long now, and that is Jay and Silent Bob Mall Brawl on the Switch. Like I said, I ordered this so long ago, I didn't know when it would come, and it finally showed up. I know before, my buddy 8-Bit Glitch, Sean, he had a video where he showed this on the NES, and it looked like a lot of fun. And I remember, when he showed that, I got it on Switch and was like, man, when is this gonna come out to Switch, So that was, 6 months ago, I think. So finally, it's arrived. And the last game that I got is Ikaruga on the Nintendo Switch. When I found out they had this on Switch physically, I immediately went online and purchased it. I was really happy to even find this because, it was already overpriced, on eBay and all this stuff. Luckily, I was able to get it directly off Nicalis' site and, just pay retail with shipping. But this is actually the edition that has an exclusive bonus model, the Ikaruga ship in there. So I really thought this was cool, and I had to have this in the collection. Such an awesome shooter, and especially to have it in HD on the Switch, just a home run. So really awesome find there. But those are my pickups, guys. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. I'd really appreciate it. But that's it. I'm the War Train, and I'm out. See you next time.